Welcome to Intro Skippers, your favorite podcast about what's streaming and the culture around it, presented by your friends with unique perspectives on entertainment because we work there.
Yep, we sure do.
I'm Kim.
I'm Jason.
And you may have noticed this episode is a little bit short, and that is because it's a mini episode.
Yeah, they might have also noticed that it's titled Mini Episode.
Whoa, we're in the meta now.
Whoa.
But tomorrow the full episode will be happening. We did it this way because Tuesday is our normal drop day, but the topic we're speaking on has an embargo until midnight Wednesday, so we have to wait until Wednesday to drop that. Please stick around for the full review of Mythic Quest Season 4, in particular, the finale. I won't say my thoughts here because this is a spoiler-free episode, and tomorrow very much won't be. But we're going to do something pretty interesting today and get into the meta, if you will, around this show, of which Jason composed the music. And you may not know this, but Jason composes a lot of music and writes a lot of songs, even beyond what he does for his own career as a musician.
Yeah, that's right. I've had the good fortune of being able to write songs for television shows, for movies, for commercials, for video games. And what's interesting to me anyway is I see how my brain works. Meaning when I'm writing a song or co-writing a song that I know that I'm going to be singing, that might appear on one of my solo albums or one of my group's albums, I have a completely different approach to it. To where if I get an assignment or if I'm pitching for a show or for a game, my brain goes somewhere else, and it's almost more freeing if I have a targeted assignment. It's way easier for me to focus on it than if I'm writing something for like a new album, for example.
I agree with you. Whenever I get an assignment, it's so much more freeing and I can play more with boundaries than if it's just open. If someone says, pitch me a story, I'll say, but if they say, pitch me a story about Avatar, I will have a lot of ideas.
And you're like, Blue Avatar or
The Last Airbender.
Yeah,
That's the one I want to talk about. But
Me
anyway.
too. But here we are. So now, fast forward to, we started our podcast and we needed to come up with, I don't know, just opening podcast music. Now, listening to many podcasts, I knew it needed to be short. It needed to be concise. No lyrics required. It just needed to like have a vibe. And let's just say I did not capture it right away.
Yeah, you sent me some different examples and I didn't like them. So I guess we're going to revisit that now.
Yeah, you didn't like them at all, which is great. The one thing I love about Kim, I mean, there's more than one thing to love about Kim, but one of the things I love about Kim, is that you don't know anything about music.
No.
You know nothing about music.
Well, that's kind of rude.
So, but no, you told me that. You don't know anything about music. You've said that many times. And so you are very blunt about things.
Why wouldn't I tell you my true feelings?
Right. Well, that is something that is a gift that you give to the world. And so...
Why waste time?
Yeah. So I'm going to play you the first song that I sent you. Now, once again, I'm still trying to find this too. So I'll make like little tracks and I just won't know if it works or not. Right?
I don't remember what I said to any of these.
I remember.
Okay. Well, why don't... If I say something different or the same, say it after.
Okay.
So we're going to play this little game now called Why Does Kim Not Like the Song?
Right. So this was draft number 1. Here we go.
All right. My immediate thought is I'm pretty sure I've heard this song in The Sims, the game. I think it might be the loading screen for The Sims.
Wow.
I'm not a fan of this. I think it's a little dated.
Yeah.
And what did I say originally?
I think you said it sounded kind of like a sitcom.
It does.
Yeah, it totally sounds like a sitcom.
Is that on purpose?
I don't know. It was just, that's what came out. You know, sometimes when you're writing, you just sort of go and you're like, theme song. What can happen? Clearly, I watched a lot of TV in the 90s.
Yeah. I think we like prestige TV more than we like sitcoms. Have we done a single sitcom? I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either.
Well, that could change. But again, I don't think it's the right tone.
So that was number one. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to go a completely different direction for song number 2. So this is what I did second. Do you remember what you said when I said
Welcome to Real Talk Radio, where real men sell you supplements and have bad opinions about women and anyone else who's not me.
Exactly. As soon as I sent that to you, you immediately said something along the lines of, that sounds like a all men's podcast or an alt-right podcast or something. I'm like, dang it, she's right. She's right again.
It's just I don't know how to do that kind of podcast.
Oh, that's all? Like,
that's
so
all.
If you knew how to do it, you'd be like,
if
you know
I
what?
had muscle building supplements to sell, maybe it would be a different story. Maybe if I had a lot of opinions that I consider racist, then it would be a different story.
Oh, boy. All right. So obviously that one didn't work either. So then I went back to the drawing board again and came up with this.
I think the vibe is off. I think it's too fast and the song is too long.
Yeah.
What did I say, though?
Actually, let me see if I can find what you said on that one.
It's not terrible. Not to say any of them are terrible, but I think it just doesn't work for the vibes.
Yeah, I think you were like, "Oh, it's good" or something. You know what I mean? I was like,
that's so great.
She's not into it.
Like it. Are you open to constructive criticism?
Clearly, yeah. Luckily these are all only like 10 seconds long, so even though I had to build out the production, and it took me a lot longer than 10 seconds to make them, in some ways I can write them and just throw them away immediately.
Well, I do appreciate your effort on all of these, and writing songs is not a skill that I have, or composing music is also not a skill that I have, and I appreciate that you did this, but you did ask my honest opinion, and you dug your own grave, sir.
I did. We needed something that fit, right? We needed something that sounds like, hey, this is a podcast that's coming to you right now.
We live in a society with a podcast that's coming to you right now.
Mm-hmm. So then I came up with this.
Have I heard that one before?
It might have been so terrible that I just didn't send it.
I have no memory of this, even though I don't hold on to music, I guess.
Maybe this is the one where you were like, it's good.
I don't remember what I said.
Yeah.
I don't remember hearing that before.
That also, so to me, all of these except for the metal one, they all sound like they could be like bumper music on Saved by the Bell.
Yeah, we just, we got to get our video production going and get some 90s graphics, a lot of zigzags and dots floating around and moving slightly and cool stuff like that.
So maybe I, at that point, listened to a few more podcasts. And so I then came up with what I believe what we're going to hear is a variation of what the theme ended up. Although there might be even one more, but this is what I came up with next.
Okay. That sounds like our music, but more elevatory.
Yes.
It kind of reminds me of the song that they played on Community all the time after they ran out of money. Let me find it.
That is pretty close to our theme song, by the way.
It's close.
It's actually just a longer version, and I changed some of the guitar, but the bass, the piano, the drums, those are all really close.
Well,
we might not be able to play that, unfortunately.
All right. If we couldn't play that, it's that song from Community that they used when they ran out of money after they spent it all on a real song. So the music budget was blown. It's called Daybreak, and it goes, I do 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 do, I do 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 do, I do 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 do.
Yeah, it's like smooth jazz, basically, which is not far from what our theme song ended up being. And then after we decided on the actual song, which we'll play now. So after we came up with that, which I thought, okay, this really sort of sets the scene of what our podcast could be. Or basically, it's telling the audience, hey, this is a podcast. But I realized that there's nothing here that kind of sounds like me. So I went back to the drawing board one more time, and then I came up with the closing credits music.
So you believe this sounds like you?
I think that it has more like touchstones of me, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
It has like guitar harmonies, it has guitar octaves, it has more of a rock beat, it has more of like just a sort of general. I knew we were going to be talking over it, so it couldn't be too specific.
No words.
Right, but no words, but also nothing too distracting that would fly over or under the.
What would be too distracting?
Message. Too busy, like a lot of notes going everywhere, a really loud guitar, something that too many dynamic moments, right? Needs to be kind of background music. So anyway, that's it. Really, that's.
But you haven't asked about my version of the theme song.
I haven't. That's where we come to Kim's music segment, where she talks about her version of the theme song. So take it away, Kim.
Okay, this is you said you needed something that sounded like you, right?
Yeah.
But like, what do I sound like? What is the thing that is me? I believe it is this. Okay, we can't play it due to copyright.
I think we could play about that much, maybe even less.
You know what it is. You know what it is.
Yeah.
All right.
Wow.
I don't know what sound exemplifies me. It's some loud complaining, that high rick sound that goes ow wah wah. Ow, wah. That could be me. A klaxon, a fire alarm in a song.
You're not taking it easy on yourself here.
No, I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, Jason does know what he's doing with music, and that's why he wrote the music that you can hear at the top, bottom, and sometimes as a divider of every episode of this show.
Of our little segments. That's right. I took an even shorter version of the opening, and I made this little segment divider that you're going to hear right now.
Well, I hope you drop that in later.
I did.
Wow. Sounds great. I definitely heard that right now in the record. Well, Jason, we appreciate it. You got there, and thank you for sharing your process a little bit and some behind-the-scenes clips, one of which I'm not positive I've heard before, but you've heard it before and so much more.
I swear I sent it to you. Either way, that one sucked. So maybe it sucked so bad that I didn't even bother sending it to you.
It's possible. I'm pretty sure you sent me 3 that I said no to, and not 4.
The moral of the story is, to all of you musicians out there, sometimes you just got to dig in and just keep going. And the only way out is through. Just keep doing it until you get it right. Sometimes it takes 6 tries.
Or more.
Sometimes it takes 1. Look, hey, there's a theme song I'm doing for a company right now, and they loved the first round. They had like 2 notes. Sometimes companies are like, nope, scrap, start it all over. So I take it as a win.
And we're playing it now.
No, we're not.
Oh.
NDA.
I tried, everyone. Okay. It's just my goal to
break NDAs? No, it's not.
No, because we are purposely doing this because we don't want to break embargo, because we don't like being on blacklists.
Exactly. We're back to the subject of why we're having this episode today and not a full episode today, because we don't want to break an embargo.
So if you are subscribed, you will see that pop up on your feed tomorrow. And if you're not subscribed, get subscribed.
Subscribe now, because you're going to love tomorrow's episode. You know why? Because in this universe, we've already recorded it.
Yeah. I complain. But you didn't see that one coming. Anyway, thank you for joining us, and we will connect tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Intro Skippers with Jason Charles Miller and Kim Horcher is produced and edited by Kim Horcher and Jason Charles Miller. The name order doesn't really matter. Additional writing by Kim Horcher. Theme song and incidental music by Jason Charles Miller. Take it away, me. You can rate and review this show on Apple Podcasts. 5 stars only, please. And you might find your review read on a future episode. Got a question? Email us at introskipperspod@gmail.com. That too could be featured on a future episode. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to Intro Skippers on your favorite podcast platform. All right, for getting this far, you get a reward. I stopped talking.